Presidential advisor Kellyanne Conway suggested yesterday that the FDA does not have jurisdiction of vaping and vape shops, but the Food and Drug Administration disagrees. Find out more on this edition of Industry Insider. Hello and welcome to another edition of Industry Insider. Conway's assertion that the FDA does not have regulatory authority over vaping and vape shops left many puzzled yesterday morning. While some advocates took this statement as a victory throughout the course of the day, it's important to understand that the Food and Drug Administration sees things very differently. According to a recent report from Reason.com, the FDA derives its authority over vaping products from the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act. This bill allows the agency to regulate, quote, any product made or derived from tobacco that is intended for human consumption, including any component, part, or accessory of a tobacco product. In 2010, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit agreed that that is enough to make them subject to FDA regulation. It's important to note that the TCA also states that the Food and Drug Administration may not, quote, prohibit the sale of any tobacco product in face-to-face transactions by a specific category of retail outlets. To put it bluntly, this provision means that the FDA may not ban the sales of flavored vaping products in convenience stores while allowing them in vape shops. According to Doug Cantor, a lawyer for the National Association of Convenience Stores, the Tobacco Control Act is clear that the FDA can't discriminate against one type of retail outlet, and that's what they're trying to do here. In an interview with the New York Times last year, the attorney went on to say, quote, "There's a very good chance this will end up in litigation." Contrary to Conway's comments, the FDA plainly believes it does have jurisdiction over vaping and vape shops, which is consistent with the interpretation held up by the DC Circuit. And if open system vaping devices and e-liquids used in them are indeed tobacco products subject to FDA regulation, the Tobacco Control Act seems to preclude a flavor ban that is selectively applied to a specific category of retail outlets. It is possible that the FDA may plan to ban flavored cartridges everywhere based on the premise that Juul-like products are the ones preferred by underage vapers, while allowing flavored e-liquids used in open system devices to remain. This distinction would not draw a line between different categories of retailers and would not rely on a new understanding of the agency's authority. While allowing adults to continue buying flavored e-liquids from some sources is certainly preferable to a blanket ban, it's still unclear how this policy can be reconciled under the Tobacco Control Act. Will the FDA and POTUS actually find a sensible solution to this monolith of a topic? Or will they simply enact a blanket ban to appease special interest groups? Please share your thoughts with us down below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell button to keep up to date with all of our Fight for Flavors content. This has been Nick with Industry Insider, and we'll see you next time.